Good morning and welcome back to our channel. Let's take that again. Today I'm going to take you on a ride. No, not quite. Just going to vlog today. Normal day in the life of me and Kingsley. Kingsley's 8 weeks old now. So much has changed in such a short amount of time with her. So I thought I would vlog one of our normal at-home days. We are heading out for a little bit this afternoon to go to Lorna Jane to grab a jacket. So yeah, but apart from that, we are staying at home and just having one of our normal routines, which is where actually it is the easiest because she can stay in her cot, sleep in her bed and not get overtired, which just makes everybody happy if she's not being transferred too much. So yeah, that's my life right now. So I normally wake up at about 7:30. John wakes me up because John gets up with the baby at he wakes the baby up at 7 and then he'll give her a bottle and then they come in and wake me up. So this morning I got woken up with a coffee, which is usual, and then he gets ready for work and he leaves at 8. So the first thing I normally do by the time he leaves is a quick tidy up and put her straight back down to sleep because she's 8 weeks old at the moment, so her wake time is a maximum of an hour and 15 minutes. So if she wakes at 7, she needs to be asleep by 8:15. This morning she did wake a little bit earlier. She woke at 6:20 on her own and wouldn't go back to sleep apparently. So I kept her up until, what's the time now? 5 to 8. I still kept her up till that time just so that she keeps in her same routine, because I don't want her getting used to waking up super early and then going down super early for her first nap. So that the morning sleep is pretty consistent every single day, and I try and stay firm on that. So the vacuum's about to run over my feet. Yeah, so she is back down at the moment, and I'll get into how I put her down a little bit more later. It has changed every single week since my last video. I've tried everything, but I think I'm finally at a stage where I know what works for her, and she is responding really well with how I put her down to sleep and everything like that, and she's going in her cot, which is really good. So now we'll just do a bit of tidy up while she is asleep, and I let her sleep for as long as she wants. I doubt she will sleep ages this morning. So we'll do some tidy up, do her bottles so that I know they're ready for the day, and yeah, she'll be awake no doubt soon, so I'll have something to eat and we will see you soon.
Hey, yo, Todd. I can't help myself when you're not around. You're all that I think about. It's not a waste of time when we take our time. Stay under the covers, yeah. I will say keep a good thing going when a good thing's going right. Sing, don't you think it's strange what's going on?
Honestly, I'm lucky that she has that sound machine in her room. I keep a sound machine really quite loud in her room because I don't know how anything would get done in the day. That vacuum is enough to scare a person from the death, from the grave. Honestly, it's a saving grace. It actually every morning it vacuums, obviously, and mops the entire house. Because we have the dog, it is a lifesaver. There's no dog hair on the floor anymore. It used to be everywhere. But it is so loud, and it goes, it's very thorough. It goes for an hour, so it vacuums, it goes around the house 3 times. But yeah, it is loud. Okay, so now I've washed the bottles. So this is the sterilization bucket. So I just chuck them in the Milton for 15 minutes. They have to stay in there for 15 minutes before they can obviously be filled and used. So then I'll fill them up with cooled boiled water, and then I'll pop them on this tray, and that is where they stay for when I need them all day. So I've just got my measured formula in these little containers to make them easier to get them in the bottles when baby is crying. So that's that. I actually give the baby, where's my face? There. I actually give the baby room temp bottles, so I've never warmed them up. I do sometimes if I'm feeling really, really nice, like literally once a week. From birth, they gave her room temperature in the hospital. I did it with the other 2 boys. She doesn't know any different, and it's a lifesaver at night. There's no heating bottles up. It's actually not necessary to heat bottles up. So yeah, it was just an extra thing at night to do on top of, you know, stumbling to her room and changing her nappy, and I didn't want her to have to wait while I heated bottles up as well. So that is what we do in regards to the bottles. Now, she does have colic medicine 4 times a day. It's all natural, but it is, yes, necessary. I've realized that when I don't get a dose increase going off, like, so every week I actually have to text the company and they'll give me a dose increase based on her new weight. And if I haven't done that or quick enough, or she has put on weight, what happens? Why is my brain? What am I saying? Yeah, I noticed signs of, like, a little bit of signs of reflux and colic appearing, and then she has a few unsettled days. So we've been a little bit more on top of that, but she has to have her medicine 4 times a day, and it can be any times. So what I do, I've tried a few different things in regards to her medicine. So at first I was just giving her medicine through a syringe, just a tiny bit every, like, in her mouth, and then she would swallow it. She hated that. She would choke. She would take in a lot of air. So the next thing I bought, it's in here, was this dummy dispenser, where it's a normal dummy, but it's a little hole, and you put the syringe in the end and you push the medicine through it. That wasn't good either, because she was not sucking it as if she was going to swallow something. She was sucking it like a dummy. So I think the sucking motion is different. So she was, again, choking, crying, not liking that. She hates that medicine. It does stink like bad. So the final thing that I got, which was actually very cheap, was this, and it is a lifesaver. So if I can find it, this. I just got it from the baby store. It is a tiny mini bottle. So we measure out the medicine, which is 3.75 mils now she's on, and we put it in this. And then just when she has her bottle, just before she has her bottle, we shake the formula up in the bottle. So make her up a bottle, and then pour some of the bottle, some of the milk into that. Now, she can still taste the medicine, because obviously it's only little and it's not diluted heaps, but it ensures that she doesn't waste her medicine, and it's so much better. She just drinks it now, and there's no coughing, there's no there's no air being swallowed or anything like that. And the best part about it, I guess, if you put the medicine in her bottle, she would likely waste it, because it's not guaranteed that she finishes a bottle. So I don't want to risk her wasting even the slightest amount of medicine. So that is great. At night, we just measure up the medicine in the medicine bottles, and we put it in this cooler bag with ice packs. Now the company did say that you could do that because it's meant to be kept refrigerated, so that works. The ice, we've put 2 or 3 ice packs in there, and it actually keeps it really cold throughout the night, so she can have her doses before her bottle and it doesn't disturb her, cause her grief at night. So that is a life changer. Someone's awake. That was a 50-minute sleep. Someone's awake. Who's awake? Let's... Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. Hey. You waking? You waking? Yes. Good morning. I don't think this is Sid safe at all, but this is how she insists on sleeping, on this old, dirty, stinky bassinet mattress. Because you miss your bassinet, don't you? You're going to wake up? You're very, very cute. You have a blocked teared up, don't you, darling? Don't you look at the mess that it is when we wake up? And you get smiles for Mama? Yeah? Hello? Are you going to smile? Hello? Good girl. Come on. Give me a better one than that. Yeah. Look at your gunky eye. Ooh. We need to clean it. Yes, we do. It never causes you any pain though, does it? No. You a good girl? You are the sweetest little thing. Yes. Did you sleep well? Did you have a good sleep? What are you staring at me like that? Am I not talking in the voice? Did you have a good sleep? Yes? Oh, yeah, you like this voice. You do. You do. When I talk like this, you think I'm serious. You don't understand what's going on, do you? What's that? What's the noise, Mum? We're going to change your nappy? Clean your eye? Yeah? You're finished. Look at you. Your bottom's clean, your eye's clean. Just for your hairbrush now. I brush 3 times a day, don't we? To prevent any flakiness. Yes. And any cradle cap. We don't want that. So we brush 3 times a day. Yes. And it's worked very well, hasn't it? Yep. There we go. We have some mirror time. You love looking at yourself in that mirror, don't you? You can look at yourself in that mirror for ages. Oh. Oh. Huh? Who's in that mirror? Who's in that mirror? Can you see? You're in that mirror. Yes, you are. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello. What you doing? What you doing, darling? You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes. I'm talking. Mommy's talking? Mommy's talking to you? You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what you're doing. You gonna talk back? You gonna talk back? Hello, baby. They say to prop babies her age up. Oh, it's been 1 second. You've only been exercising for 1 second. Prop her up on a pillow, but it actually doesn't seem to work for her. She just slides off it. It irritates her. Yes, and you don't lift your head when you're propped up, do you? You don't try to. Yeah. Yes, it's been 15 seconds. You need to do something. You can't just lay there and not do anything. You gonna do any? Oh, good girl. Come on. Oh, good girl. Come on. You can turn your head. I've seen you do it. It hasn't been a minute yet, Chalk. Yes, I know you hate it. I know. It's sad. It's been a few minutes and you've just decided to give up. Why bother? Okay. You right, darling girl? Don't mind the backyard. We are in the middle of getting a council approval for the landscapes to start and get your pool and spa installed, which will be really nice for the winter coming up. Mummy can get in the spa with a wine. So anyway, I bought this the other day, which is the Bumbo seat. This is the infant seat from 3 months to 12 months, or in 3 months until she starts sitting unaided. And I did try her in it the other day, but the seat was faulty, so I had to return it. And she did pretty good. Some days she just wants to sit up the whole day and be upright. So I thought, even though she's not 3 months yet, that you might like this seat. Do you want to try this seat instead of laying down? You've had enough of laying down. Let's try you in this seat. Ready? Your leg's not meant to be like that. You might be having a floppy day. You'll need to lift your head up. Ready? Come back so everyone can see you. This will just give me about 1 minute of peace in my day. 1 minute for $80. So we ran out in a huff the other day and bought this seat just so we can have 1 minute's peace. And it is worth the money, huh? It's funny how much money you will spend when you get desperate for a baby to either sleep or have some peace in your time, in your life. So the other day, she wasn't sleeping at all, and so we ran out, and even though we've got car seats, we ran out and got a capsule which we can bring into the house, and she can sleep in the house if she's having a really terrible day and falls asleep in the car, instead of transferring her, which she never transfers, do you? When you try and get her out of the car, she wakes up. She's just not one of those sleepy babies. She's very alert, and the only really good sleeps I can get her to have really are either in the baby carrier or in her bed. But in saying that, she can't transfer. So if I took her out of the baby carrier, your head's getting tired? If I took her out of the baby carrier and put her in the car seat or vice versa, she would wake up and then likely be awake. So yes, you are very, very alert, aren't you, darling? Do you like your seat? What about, you're sort of lopsided. Is your head getting sore? I don't think so, because you hold it up all day. You're just getting a bit tired. That's okay. Mummy will get you out. That's okay. Just a bit of practice in that seat will do you some goods, won't it? Yeah, so we'll do that a few times a day now too, to get you used to that. Yes. Yes. So she just, originally, like when she was a few weeks old, like 3-4 weeks old, she was, you know, sleeping pretty well. She was, and she's, and I mean daytime. At night, she's always slept well. We have a very strict routine where she goes down to bed at 7 o'clock. Now, she doesn't just go to sleep sometimes. We have to go up there and resettle her like sometimes 10, 15 times, don't we, if you're having a bad night. So we'll just go into her room, you know, comfort her. We were picking her up, rocking her, making sure she's, you know, there's nothing wrong with her or anything like that, and then laying her back down in her cot. We were doing that. No, actually, I'm talking rubbish here. So she was self-settling quite easily initially. She was self-settling, you know, from about 3 to 4 weeks quite easily. We're putting her down drowsy and she would drift off to sleep. That didn't last. She came up to her 5-week leap, her leap in development. And I do follow that on the Wonder Weeks app. So I suggest getting that. It will tell you, you know, when the next leaps that your baby's due for. Yes. And then when she started to hit that leap, she completely changed. She wouldn't sleep, would you? You were getting up multiple times a night, more than usual. You wouldn't sleep anywhere but in mummy's arms. I was having to go in, and that was during the day, sorry. She wouldn't sleep anywhere but my arms. At night, she's been pretty good. She sleeps in her bed. We don't get her out of her bed. After 7 o'clock, you don't come out of your room. So even if we have to stay awake with you, it's always in your dark room. Yes, and that's been good. Waking up for a little bit, you know, 1 or 2 more feeds than usual. So it was a hard week. So at that point in time, I was just doing what I could to support her and also get through it, I guess. So instead of trying to get her to self-settle, which she clearly couldn't, I was rocking her and holding her and basically putting her down in her cot fully asleep and like sneaking out of her room. That we did for about 2 to 3 weeks until we started to notice that she had become reliant on getting rocked to sleep. So within 5 minutes of her being asleep in her bed, she would something would startle her, or she would wake up and realize mum and dad are no longer here, and then cry and want the same cycle to start again. So we would have to go in there and rock her to sleep in our arms and then put her back down. And some nights we were doing that for 5 or 6 nights, up to 10 times. Oh, Jesus, I'm not making any sense. 5 or 6 times, up to 10 per night. So we were finally getting her down at like 8:30 at night instead of her usual 6:37. And I said to John, she's not showing any signs of being sick. She's fed. She is perfectly, you know, taken care of. She is not settling, and it's only causing her to be overtired. And, you know, she just was being an unhappy baby because we were not going to hold her 24 hours a day. It's humanly impossible. So I said to John, I'm going to start letting her cry a little bit in her cot. Now, when I say cry, I don't mean an emotional cry where she's losing, you know, her mind and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. She's way too little, and I'm not one of those mums that can do that. So it's just a protest cry. There is a difference. It's sort of, a protest cry is where there are gaps in a cry. So they'll cry, they'll scream, and then they'll stop and take a breath and maybe give it a few seconds before they start again. That is just the baby protesting. It is her letting you know that, you know, she wants her mum, and that is what she's used to. She became accustomed to that for 3 weeks because she had us wrapped around her little finger. Yes, you did. So I said to John, I'm going to give it, you know, 5 to 10 minutes max of her having her protest cry. Yes. And if she's not asleep in that time, I'll go in and I will not pick her back up. I will just pat her and sit with her until she falls asleep so that she knows she's comforted and I'm supporting her. Picking her up and then putting her back down, picking her up and putting her back down, I mean, it was only confusing her because she wasn't, it would prolong the cycle of her falling asleep, because every time we would put her down, she would then want to wake up again. So, and realize that I'm not there. So it was longer for her to fall asleep. And it was confusing. She didn't know if she, you know, if I was there or if I wasn't there. And then she started to become reliant on it. So I thought, no, she can stay in her bed. She's, as I said, I always make sure she's burped well. She's not vomity. There's nothing actually wrong with her. If the baby was sick, if your baby was sick, or if she was sick or, you know, going through a hard time, then of course I would pick her up. I would do what is necessary to support her. But sometimes these little things can just become so spoiled. They're a blank canvas and they don't know what to expect. So, you know, holding her to sleep for 3 weeks is teaching her that that's what she's meant to do, and that's what we do. So that's what we tried to stop. So, cutting a long story short, I know, you've been so well listening to me. I know. Cutting a long story short, the other day I put her in her cot at her due time to go to sleep. I went in there and I said the same thing as I always say. I say, it's time for bed, it's time for sleep. I make sure that the room is completely dark. Her sound machine is on, loud enough to block out other noises. She goes into her sleep bag and we cuddle for about a minute. Once that happens, I put her in her bed wide awake. Don't I? Yes, I do. And then I leave the room. Now, I let her cry for about 5 to 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes the first day because it wasn't a consistent cry. So I felt comfortable. She kept having big, long pauses. She was like babbling, just mucking around, really. So I let her cry. And then, Lord behold, I saw her asleep on the monitor. She gave up. She just went to sleep, didn't you? And you slept for 2.5 hours. So that's what we've been doing since then, and it's worked a treat. This morning, I put her down in her bed at 10 to 8, and by 8 o'clock, you were asleep. Yes. Now, I can tell the difference. If she needs something, I'm going to run in there, but she doesn't. She's not screaming at the top of her lungs. She's just having a little teen trip, aren't you? Yes, you are. And she is better because if a baby knows how to self-settle, they know how to resettle after one sleep cycle. So after her 40-minute sleep cycle, the theory is that then they will just roll over and go back to sleep. Whereas a lot of babies can only sleep for one sleep cycle, and that is due to the fact that they don't know how to self-settle. So I'm not letting her cry, but it is working for us, isn't it? But you also just have to make sure that you get all of your baby's needs met before you lay her down. So make sure they're burped really, really well. Otherwise they'll start vomiting while they're laying down and you will have to pick them up. So we burp, we make sure you're fed, you're not hungry. Oh, you look at Pisces. Look at the Pisces. You're a beautiful girl. I don't understand what the issue is, because the bed is comfortable, the room is beautiful, but you just would rather Mum's arms, wouldn't you? All of this money got put into your room and you despise it, don't you? Yes. Are you getting tired? You are? You are? Yes. Yes, because you woke up early this morning, remember? You woke up at 6:20. What was that? Too early for you. Too early. Too early for you. I know. I love you. Come on. Oh. Put your sound machine on. Oh, Bubby girl. Oh, puppy. Come on. This is the hard bit. Even though I know she's not in pain, even though I know she doesn't need anything and she's tired, it's still hard listening to her. So this is what I mean. It's not a consistent scream. It's more of like little yelling. And then she's tired. And then she's quiet. But she'll start back up again. She'll get louder and then she'll be quiet. So I'll time this. After about 6 minutes, if she's still going, I will go in and just pat her and tell her that I'm there and just pat her. And yesterday when I did that, she fell asleep within like 50 seconds of me being there. 50. Within a minute of me being there. Okay. So it's been 10 minutes exactly. I thought that was her on the monitor. Since I put her in her bed, I went in there. She awake? I went in there and just pat her like this on the stomach quite fast, and just shushed her and told her she was okay. And she did fall asleep. Well, she's nearly asleep. She was asleep when I left the room. She's still growling. Fun for everyone. So I'll give her a few more minutes, go back in and do it again. Actually, there's no need. She went to sleep. She only grizzled for a second and then she went to sleep. Phew. Okay. John and me are finally fixing up our desk. So we've got some, I don't know what you call it actually, but it is wood, and we're going to paint it black, and then we're going to do the feature wall behind and maybe put some drawers in. That wood's taken ages to come in though. Ages and ages. Yes. So they've been in here well and truly 15 minutes now. It's been ages. So it's time to fill the bottles. Oh. And because she's asleep, I will put her medicine in the medicine dispensers and pop them in the fridge just so they are ready when she wakes too. It's just one less thing I have to do when she's crying or upset. So there they are, ready to go. So just come home from the physio. No, not out of my way. And John's here.
Yeah.
And baby's falling asleep, so we need to get her in the shower as quick as we can. There's the new one. Why didn't you give it to me? Did you forget?
I thought I did, and I put it on the wallet, but I was going to saw it sitting there again. And
I'll take it anyway. And so we're going to pop the baby in the shower now before she goes to sleep. It's 5:30.
It is 5:30.
John's in his undies again, as usual. Pop her in?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Wait, just leave that card. I'll take it. So she slept from what, 4 till 4:30?
No, it does.
You had a little sleep, did you, darling? She's not happy now.
No, she's hating life. She wanted longer, I think.
Why didn't you? Oh, you couldn't drive around or you couldn't.
Asleep, but I'm gonna drive around and hope she doesn't wake up 5 minutes later.
Yeah. Oh, John, show us your naked body.
No.
Show...
Feelings.
All right, shower time. So I'm gonna try and put her into bed at 6. Take her in here at 6, 10 to 6. Give her a bottle because she only had a half an hour sleep, which means she has only had a half an hour sleep from 3 till 6. So she's not happy. So now while they're in the shower, I'll just set up her room. Get a new jumpsuit. Sleeping bag, jumpsuit, nappy, creams, hairbrush, creams. That's about it. And just make sure the room's clean. So I'm on my phone because my camera's dead. Typical. Basically what the physio said, so I just went to the physio. She actually did an internal pelvic floor exam, and she said that I've got good pelvic floor control. That isn't a concern. So I was sort of expecting that because I've never ever had issues with like bladder control apart from when I was pregnant or anything like that, and I can hold it my pelvic floor for quite a while. So I wasn't surprised, I guess. So that's good. Another thing is I do have a abdominal separation, but it isn't down the bottom where my surgeon or where she assumed, given the hernias there. It's actually above the belly button for about 10 centimeters and 2 centimeters, so 2 centimeters wide. But she said that could have been there from previous pregnancies and isn't a concern. I didn't notice I had it. I never noticed at all. I've always thought that my stomach was strong. So that's news to me. But she still would like to see me, of course, just to do some exercises to try and get my abdominal muscles, I guess, a bit stronger, given it's only been 8 weeks since the baby, so at the moment they are not strong, and get it into a state where I can go into surgery in a few weeks. So yeah, it was good seeing her. Glad that John could come and take the baby. We literally just like parked next to one another, switched cars, he drove off, and I just got home then. So yeah, so I'm going to see her again in a week. I have to see my surgeon tomorrow, and we'll go from there. It's all the fun things that come from having a baby. So just the steps we have to take now in getting myself better and being able to get back to exercising, which is the goal. So having a life again and doing some active things would be nice. Actually, washing my hair probably is somewhere I should start. I don't even know when I last washed my hair. It's orange at the moment because I'm actually transitioning back to blonde. I've always been blonde. I'm actually a lighter coloured hair. I have more lighter colour hair than dark is not my normal colour. So I wanted to go back. But obviously you can't go from dark brown to blonde in one go. So I'm stuck with this orange for a few more weeks at least. I had to cancel my hair appointment because I now have physio and general surgeon and bloody everything else. Anyway, I think they're done in the shower. She's had long enough. She would stay in there all night, just being held. I'll go get her. And I'm buggered. Even though she did nothing today, I'm just exhausted from doing nothing. Exhausted from being up last night an extra feed because I did 2 and John did 1. So I did an extra 1 to what I normally do. So, yeah, I feel it. All right. My skin's not great. Baby girl, you dressed? Now, you've got gunk in your ear, love, and I've got to get in there. Clearly, I don't want to use anything that goes into her ear, but I won't hurt you. But there's like dry milk just there. I need to get it. Are you going to let me? Can't even see. Probably not. Daddy might have to hold you. Let's go get Dad.
Now's the time to play with the bloody Apple TV. Why are you playing with it now? She's crying now. You're doing it now? God, can't that wait? Could that wait? Later.
Have you had enough?
No?
Yeah, he's still going.
Yeah?
Okay, go. Go some more then.
Okay, but you have to do it right this second, see? Now's the time.
You do have more.
Yeah? You have to do it right now. Okay, so she's crying. Okay, you want her to do it now.
Well, John, tomorrow when I go for my appointment, babe,
How about
I'm not going to know how to figure that out.
You can read the instructions and see how it goes.
If only everybody had a John that was so genius.
Yeah, well.
Every woman would be completely satisfied like I am. Look at the face. Look at the face.
Yeah.
I know how to get under your skin.
You find a better one.
I don't want a better one.
find a better
I'm joking.
one?
I love you.
Find a better one. So once you read that thing.
This is bad. You always zoomed in to max.
I mean, zoomed in. I'm not zoomed in. Your phone.
Look, you got your knickers in or not?
Oh, now I've already zoomed it in. You've always zoomed my phone in.
I didn't say you zoomed it in. But I'm going to record. I didn't say that.
I said you're always zoomed in on this phone.
No, I said now we're... that's not what I said.
You did.
I'm going to go
Play it
back on the footage.
Yeah, good.
Just take your daughter to bed.
Why? I've got to play with the Apple TV now.
No, wait there. I was just testing you because you know that's my job. I'll take her.
I'll go play with the Apple TV now.
I'll take her. It's bedtime now. Time for bed.
Time for food first. She's starving.
No, she's not. I wonder who else, what other women love when that. I wonder if other women love it when their husbands get bees in their bonnet, knickers in their knot. Because I can feel it. So nothing can make me laugh more than that face you give me. Nothing. I love it.
I don't think it's knickers in their knot.
In a knot.
In a knot, yeah.
What did I say?
Knickers in their knot.
Knickers in a knot.
Okay. Well, most husbands probably aren't here at this time of the day because they've left work to make sure that you can go do all your appointments nicely and calm-free.
Not most.
No.
I mean, that's not what I was going to say some do.
Their legs do come out the sides.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
You need to.
So the babies just went to sleep about 10 minutes ago. What's the time say, babe? Is it 6:40? Yeah. And I'm doing my to-do list for tomorrow. What is it? Is it rosé?
No, it's a Sauv Blanc, but
Is it no alcohol?
that's alcohol.
Oh, well, why'd you get that? You well and truly do have your knickers in a knot.
Just said Sauv Blanc. Why would you put this in the alcohol shelf when it's like reduced alcohol?
Well, I don't want that one.
Oh, obviously, that's taken out.
So, yes. So I'm doing my to-do list for tomorrow. I'm watching my husband drink less alcohol wine.
It's got alcohol in it, but less than 0.5%.
What? So it's sugared water. What a waste of time. Righto. Do you understand I have a hernia? I need full alcohol.
Thanks, BWS.
So, yeah. Baby's in bed. Wine's poured. I'm going to go... Whoa, my hand just gave way. Gosh, I'm getting old. I'm going to go have a shower now. Do my skin routine. Do my pelvic floor exercises in the shower. Even though... Because my specialist told me to do them in the shower. Would you like to join me, John?
You can do them down here.
They're not as exciting as they sound. Whoops. And then we're going to have dinner and watch some maths. Because is it the final episode tonight of maths?
No, there's a reunion and stuff. It's the final vows.
It's the final vows tonight, so we'll do that. And then I'll get ready for our party. Waking up and feeding Kingsley. Are you doing first feed tonight, babe?
Each bottle contains no more than 0.3 standard drinks. So there's not even one standard drink in this whole. It's half a standard drink in this whole bottle.
John bought the wrong wine. So in a whole bottle of wine, there's 0.3 standard drinks. So there's not even one standard drink in the whole bottle. So why did you even bother?
Why do they sell that at BWS in the Sub Blanc section?
Probably cost more than the normal Sauv Blancs too.
They probably do, I think. You might as well sell it in wood on the shelves. I think ginger beer has more than that.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one.